Hi, marketing savvies. Welcome to your new 5 minutes AEO breakfast. Do you have this anxiety now that your boss is really asking about AEO and you don't really understand SEO and you definitely don't know how to code? The true issue here isn't that you're not capable, it's that you simply don't know how to start. So in this episode, I'm going to give you a path that you can execute immediately. Using 2 free Claude Code projects, you can run an AEO workflow in about 30 minutes. You ready for this? In the end, there's only 2 core goals in this episode that you have to learn. The first is to evaluate your current AI visibility. The second is to generate contents that is more likely to be cited by AI. So we'll do both things using Claude Code that is really available on GitHub right now. So to begin with, let's better understand Claude Code first. You can understand it like a AI system that can automatically execute tasks for you. I recommend you to run with Visual Studio Code because the environment will be located in your local environments and it's safer and more stable to run things. About Claude Code and how to use it, you just have to understand 2 simple things. First is skills. The second is commands. Skills is basically pre-built workflows that human defines. You can just think them as SOPs. Second is commands, which are triggers to start those workflows. So you're not just asking AI questions, you're telling AI to execute the whole workflow for you. So the tool we're going to start with the first text, which is about your AEO visibility evaluation using SEO Cloud on GitHub. Here it is. Ta-da, it should look like this. What problem it could solve? In one sentence, it will help you to understand whether AI is mentioning you right now. There's 2 key dimensions. The first one is AI visibility. That is whether you're being mentioned at all. The second is platform readiness, how you perform across platforms like GPT or cloud. So the logic behind this project is pretty simple. The first is the code is gonna run a full audit of your website. It's going to crawl your website and analyze it across multiple dimensions. To be specific, there's 5 dimensions that it's looking at, which is AI visibility, platform analysis, which is basically whether you're on and being seen by these platforms at all. Technical SEO is how fast your website loads, or what is the structure like right now. Content quality evaluates following the EEAT scores, which is the quality rater guidelines provided by Google Search. Each of them are experiences, expertise, authority, and trustworthiness. And for the last one is schema mockup, which is your underlying website structure, whether it's clear for AI to read at all. It will give you a score after all direct evaluations, and it will give you a professional PDF output at last. Like, this is the author. He have this introduction video on YouTube right now that you can see. His name is Zubair, Cubair. You can look him up. He showed how the PDF will look like in his video that you can look it up. So how would I recommend you to use it? There's 3 things I recommend you to do. The first is, before everything starts, run a full audit to understand the big picture. Because if you skip this gap, every upgrade or improvements you do afterwards, it's basically guesswork. Second is that if you make any changes, run individual modules to validate improvements. And the last one is, don't just read the report. Use it and let AI fix the problems. If you felt that you were overwhelming by all the suggestions that the report gives you, I will give you a prioritized list that you can execute as a roadmap. What I would recommend you to start with is something that can directly show results, like enabling AI crawlers. All you have to do is just embed this code into your website, and then AI can access and see your website. In the short term, maybe a week, use AI to generate LLM's text or implement schema markups so that AI can actually you read your structure and you read what's going on your website. We can use it with this GitHub code that you have with this simple code here. That's GOLLM text, and just putting your website in there. In the midterm, I recommend you to improve your content citability, especially generating paragraphs that AI can cite directly. It's usually a specific length between 130 to 160 words, very data dense and very high concept persuasive contents that AI can cite directly. Those will help you to get more citations by AI, and in the long term, build your brand mentions across platforms like YouTube, Reddit that we're talking about in our last episodes. So our second tool that I'm going to introduce is called SEO Machine. It's about AEO content productions. This tool, in one sentence, it will help you to create contents that AI can actually want to cite. The first tool helps you to identify problems in content citability and brand mentions. This one helps you to solve the downstream problems identified by it. It handles two parts that the first tool cannot solve. That is content citability and brand mention building. How do you use this product? Like, what is the underlying logic here? It has two very core workflows. That is creating new contents or updating existing contents. It runs a full pipeline for you step by step, from research to writing to optimizations. It also has a multi-agent system that each agent do a specific role, like content, SEO, keyword searching, internal links, generating titles, generating conversation, and so on. And more importantly, it is data-driven. It is connected to Search Consoles and data for SEO, so that you're not just guessing what to write, what is the keywords, you're actually seeing what's going on in the real world. Unless, and the most importantly, all the contents it generated will run through a content quality standards. It will automatically evaluates the content quality against the predefined standards. So it guarantees that you have very high standard contents at your hand. So how would I suggest you to use it? I think there's one core workflow that I recommend in three comments flows. The first is research. You want to look at the keywords, what is the SREP's top 10s analysis, and content gaps identifications. And then you would use comments right to generate the word contents for you. And the last one is to optimize. Based on true SEO audits, it's gonna give you content recommendations that you can write things manually so that AI will not identify the contents as AI generated contents and block you entirely. Or if you don't want to generate contents, you can just use it as individual marketing skills. It has 26 skills in total, including A/B testing, email sequence, pricing strategy, copywriting, and all of that. It's a very strong tool. That's pretty much everything. So how do you connect the two tools together as a complete AEO workflow? Step 1, using the Geo SEO Cloud to identify gaps, whether you're visible on AI right now. In step 2 is use SEO Machine to create contents that is optimized so AI can actually cite your contents. You don't need to know SEO. You don't need to code. You just need to run one evaluation and one round of content production, and it's already a complete AI AEO loop. As a closing, let me leave you with some simple takeaways. AEO isn't as complicated as it sounds. It comes with two simple things. Are you visible to AI? Are you being cited by AI? The Geo SEO Cloud and the SEO Machine can map perfectly to those two steps. All you have to do is just go on GitHubs and have those very simple codes embedded to your Claude Code. You can run everything. This workflow, no longer just learning AEO, you're actually doing it. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned. See you next week.